Welcome back to what's probably episode 10. Just voice over myself if that was wrong. Of not Twilight Imperium, Twilight 2000, New Scotland. So you may notice I wrote 394 on our battle map here, which is the number of bullets from a 7.62 by 5.4, which I think is what an AK-47 is, and 9 AK-47s that you have acquired, plus one generic Chinese machine gun and an RPG, as apparently something I listed as them having in a previous episode, but did not include because I didn't realize they would be slaughtered heartily.
I didn't think that you said they had a mounted machine gun. I think that I just knew that was the case from the Marauder roadblock card.
Okay, well then let's just say they have an RPG.
Okay.
You don't need another machine gun.
Do they have any sort of vehicles parked around, or would they just lug
Well,
to you by foot?
they were on a vehicle. They like the idea that there was a vehicle in the middle of the roadblock,
Yes.
like like a utility.
It's
Sorry,
got
it's an
some
Australian
speed
podcast.
holes.
A ute.
Yeah. It's got some speed holes in it now.
Is that a UTE? Because people in the Midwest use that here as well.
Yeah.
Yes, UTE.
It's all right. You know, the similarities between the American Midwest and Australia are very strong.
It's probably one of the best-selling military weapons in the world, military vehicles, the Toyota
Toyota Hilux?
Hilux,
Yes. Almost certain.
Sure, we'll say it's a Toyota Hilux. Why not?
Did you hear that
Okay.
by the way, the Tesla Cybertruck that had a machine gun mounted to the back of it bricked itself, apparently?
What was the machine gun non-compatible?
Well, I don't think that they liked it being advertised. Uh, so is there anything else that they have? Do they have
Oh yeah, they have
communications? Do they have
wallets
food?
full of like I love my wife or pictures of their kids, but
I was forced to do this.
no, no. So I think as you're going through it, you start to get the impression that these people are criminals, ne'er-do-wells, people who imagine themselves something like a soldier of fortune, which I think I've used that term on this show before, but I'm now recognizing based on the recent survey data that there may be some people who don't know what a soldier of fortune is. That's a real like 80s and 70s term. So it's what they used to call mercenaries before mercenaries was
Private military contractor.
That's what they call it now. And they call it that because soldier of fortune and mercenary is illegal and private military contract is super legal. And the difference between those two will be explained in great detail starting now. So you find paperwork saying that these people are hired by a Chinese agent. Their job here is basically to hold this area. That said, they were supposed to hook up with the Chinese, like it says paratroopers, 2 days ago. So that obviously didn't happen. They're still here. They're still holding this place. And that would be roughly about the same time you guys showed up.
Just to be clear, like because there's like very little electronic noise going around us right now, any sort of plane flying nearby would be quite hearable. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Does it say anything about where they'd hook up with these paratroopers, or just to
They're
wait
supposed
for
to
further
come via the
instructions?
roads from the north, leading a vehicle convoy, and the job of this particular unit here is to hold this location and prevent anyone from the south traveling north, to basically clear the way for the convoy before it gets here. From what you can tell, these people have been hired as somewhat illegal kind of terrorist irregulars for this invasion. With that said, the people they were waiting for don't appear to have ever showed up, and you walked right into their ambush.
Okay. Is
We
there
went,
any
we went in there with them. They were in there with us, just so you know.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, that's
They-
how it
they
turned
were in
out
there
for
with-
sure. Yeah.
No, they were in there with William. That's who they were in there with. We were on the outside watching the carnage.
Were there any identifiers in the paperwork? Any names or anything of this agent? Or
There is a name for the agent, and it is a local real estate agent by the name of Jacques Chow.
We've heard him before.
You've seen signs with his face on them.
Yeah.
okay, well, we'll keep a copy of all the paperwork.
Any maps?
Yes, there are several maps. Most of them are, oh boy, you know what? I don't know if they had these kinds of maps in France, but AAA style map that has been folded,
Yeah.
6,000 times down like this, and now it's just like a pamphlet size and you unfold it completely. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like that. It's not like a military map. or
Yeah, like
anything.
tourist maps.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's like, well, yeah.
It's a standard road map for the Isle.
Yeah, so I think that there are several tourist maps found on different people of like this general area, but the main map that the officer has is like a bigger road map of the whole island. But all of the like circling and like planning is here. It looks like their intention originally was to set up somewhere further south. In fact, where you're going to go to, like where you want to go to cut across land west, looks like that was their original plan, but for some reason they've shifted much further north, like several dozen kilometers north.
What about any sort of communications equipment?
Just like standard radios, nothing that's working right now. Although, as always, you can attempt to roll 1d6 and see if you can get through. Would you like to attempt to get a message?
I'm not trying to send a message. I think we want to have it switched on to their frigating in case somebody's trying to contact them.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Were they here with provisions of any type?
Yes. I'll tell you what. Why don't you roll 2d10 and we'll see what comes up.
We'll see how long they've been here / greedily they've eaten their rations.
Is that a
It's a 6 total.
okay? Yeah. So yeah, I'd say that they're running pretty short on rations. There's about 6 days worth of food left for one person.
What type of food?
I want to
domestic
say
food?
junk food, just because it's a real constant here.
Okay, so domestic food in the rules.
Something
yeah.
preserved, of course.
Slim Jims.
Domestic food. I'm
As
worried
opposed-
about
as-
you making that modified.
That's what Twilight 2000. So Twilight 2000 has military rations, domestic food, scrounge food, so domestic food, like it comes out how quickly they spoil.
Okay.
Like military rations spoil the slowest, domestic food spoils the slowest
This
next,
is
and then
domestic
Yeah.
food.
yeah.
This isn't like apples that fell in
No,
the
no,
field
it's 6 jars of Morello cherries.
nearby. You can't see my face right now, audience. It's
Clearly AP doesn't like cherries.
I wouldn't go out of my way for cherries, but at least they're not peaches, that's for sure.
What is the serviceability of the vehicle?
I think it's ready and good to go. Surprisingly, it appears to have about a quarter tank of gas. It'll get you some distance. I would want a mechanic to take a look over it, but if you turn it on, it will start.
Don't know. So, and my other question was going to be the road, because we went around the other settlement with the one with the hospital to get here.
Yeah.
The route we took off road, could this vehicle handle that route or not? Okay.
So the question is, do we take this back to camp, then come back here on foot and carry on, or do we
That's one thing. So I don't think we like this is a big. It's a pretty big beacon to stand out. And we also can't carry 9 assault rifles.
So
Between
we
us.
load the vehicle up, take it back to camp, drop it off.
Yeah,
and
give it to Cyrus. Cyrus can use it
yeah, it means doubling back, but this is a pretty big find. A vehicle that works. Because if we take it with us further on, we may end up running out of gas and then just losing it.
Just the idea that we left on foot, saying we'll probably be gone for a couple of days. We're like 12 hours, less than 12 hours later, we turn up with a truck full of guns and stuff, and just being like, and the king just like, wow, that was really quick. It's like, yeah, some shit happened. Some shit happened. You wouldn't fucking believe it.
Okay. I think that's probably the best plan for us.
Who's our driver? Is it Luke?
I've got a D.
No.
It looks like it's William.
D is the best driver.
So what I think is hilarious is I have no skills in driving, but owning a project motorcycle is somehow turning into my goal. I'm like, I should learn how to ride/drive first.
Well, you get a good agility. The classic example of a farm boy, that like knows how to ride a bike, not because you learned, but because you had to learn.
Learn how to be. I knew how to roll when I got bucked off. I learned tuck and roll.
Okay. Well, you ride up the front and I'll show you what indicators are. Come on.
Thanks, Dad.
He doesn't know to use blinkers to go left and right.
So the other question is, do we?
No, you don't use them at all. That's the key.
Oh, I understand. He just became more American.
You randomly turn them on.
Do we want to?
I hate you in this moment, Chris. Just know that.
The only time you turn them on is if you're going to leave them on 15 minutes after you've done the turn.
Please stop. I'm dying inside.
Do we want to leave it till some light before we move? That way we don't have to use the headlamps and we don't call too much attention to ourselves.
Yeah, it's probably a good time to rest as well.
Yeah, I think this is definitely one of those moments where it's like, well, if we're going to sit here for a minute, we should probably set up a counter ambush, or set up we should consider if somebody was to come along what we're going to do. So
not what these guys did.
Yeah. Let's
Well, I think
think
that
about
we move
that whilst chewing on some of their food.
Yeah, I think we move
what we just saw
as much as we can off the road. The bodies, the car, if it's possible. And we rest a shift just out of sight of the road.
Yep.
And head back.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that.
All right. If you are resting, the question is have you had food and water since the last rest?
Well, I've had their food.
Well, we're going to have their food.
Are we marking down that you're eating that food then, just to be clear?
Yeah.
Yep.
So because we rested a shift, then we did a shift of travel, and we had this go. So we haven't actually come up to a full day yet since we last ate. But all right. So I'll just mark it down to 3 days of domestic food remaining.
Okay. So let's see here.
And so I think what we should probably do is one person should not rest this shift, and that person can then rest on the drive back.
All doable. Whoever is not resting can make a non-pushable recon check right now to represent them passively observing everything happening.
Well, I need to drive, so I'm going.
Yeah, I'll do the recon check then. Infiltrate's not going to apply. Yeah, so it's going to be a straight roll.
Do you want binoculars?
I've got binoculars, but will they apply here when we're keeping a lookout at night time?
No, probably not.
No.
Not unless whatever it is you're looking for is a light source.
Yeah. And it's here. Infiltrate fatigues won't apply, so. Oh, it's 2 successes.
Okay. Well, if somebody sneaks up on you, you'll definitely know. The morning comes somewhat quickly as adrenaline and exhaustion completely wears everybody down. And when you wake up in the morning, you find that this, what I'm going to term in game terms as pickup truck, will get you wherever you need to go very quickly. Very quickly compared to walking.
Okay, well, let's head back to camp, drop it off, then walk back here.
So it is capable of moving 12 hexes on the amount of fuel it has left.
We're only with two hexes from
Two
Cyrus.
hexes, yeah.
Yeah.
Just in case you needed to take it further, it sounds like you're dead set on heading back, and you can make it the whole way back in like half of one shift, less than that actually.
Well,
What is your plan for
rest.
going back through the town? You're going to go around it so that you don't have to reveal the fact that you have a whole bunch of guns in the back. Okay.
Yeah.
I
definitely want to establish. There's a scene where, like William's driving, Luke's on the other side, Cassandra's in the middle on the bed sheet, passed out asleep, as we're going through this rocky terrain, like off road, and yeah, she can sleep right through that. Apparently, she's able to. She's had to sleep in similar environments in the past.
Well, there's one thing members of the U.S. military have taught me. It's that when you're tired enough, you can sleep anywhere, doing anything. Okay.
And when you're three up on the front seat, you're conveniently squished in.
I'm going to ask you to make a driving roll with let's call it a +1 to represent your skill at recon, just to see how you are at sneaking this car around the police.
0.
That is 0. A push is pretty dangerous in this scenario.
I've already rolled a 1.
It's a 1 on which dice? It's a 1 on the D8. So it's a 50-50 chance then of succeeding. Push.
This is a physical as well.
Yeah, so it'll be an injury.
There we go. 1 success.
Okay. Two successes, in fact.
2 successes even. Yeah.
Sorry, just on that, we rested, so do we get some of that? Is it stress we get back, or is it hit points we get back?
It's a good question. Let's look at recovery.
Because I only killed myself through failing things.
Because we haven't done any sort of medical aid either.
I think there was a little bit of medical aid, but it was mostly bad guys doing it to themselves.
Yeah.
Not the other way around. Okay.
Yeah, I probably would look at, I'm probably going to look at that leg.
So recovery does require a medical aid roll, but at the end of a shift, you recover 1 point of damage.
Is that physical or stress?
That is both, I believe.
No.
Okay.
So we've had. If we wait until I finish resting, we've passed 2 shifts then.
Yes, and if you, what's happening right now is not when you finish resting. It's while you're driving. So, you heal 1 point of damage for each full shift spent resting or sleeping, as well, as long as you are not starving, dehydrated, or hypothermic. You heal damage and stress at the same time. Yes. So
okay. So you all got back 1 hit for the
before the end happened. Yes.
Yeah, and then you guys get next one because you rested.
Correct.
Yeah.
While you are driving, you're off-roading. I think you see a police officer and he's like turning and he pulls out binoculars. He's like, "Is that a vehicle out there?" And we get like Major William Fulston in full deja vu mode, like up in the side of these crazy ass mountains along the coastline, just like sliding sideways around a corner, and all that you can see behind him is a cloud of dust, and the police officer goes, "Nope, just the wind." Like, I would imagine Luke is like hanging out the side of the car, like, ah! This is Toyota Hilux is truly like full drifting, fishtailing the back end of it. Fulston like pulls the e-brake in the process, like jerks himself against the seatbelt, seriously digs in and hurts himself there. But yeah, It doesn't seem like the police are following you. After you clear the town, you drive down the side of the mountain and you make it back to Greco-Roman and your boy Silas Bowie, Cyrus Bowie.
I like to add, once that slip and slide happens and we both see our near death experience, we look at each other and start that dark humor laughing. And then it cuts to Cassandra in the middle, dead asleep, hasn't woken up for that whole procedure. We both look at each other, go like, "Oh, we nearly fucked up there."
When you arrive at Cyrus Bowie's place, Greco and Roman immediately come over to the car, pull out AK-47s, and despite the fact they've shown absolutely no capability at handling pistols, they pull out the AK-47s and immediately like open the bolt, check to make sure there's ammunition inside, do a quick like take the magazine out, put it back in a way that's kind of scary, and start handing it out to like the father who had a heart attack and that family. Like they just seem to be no one has asked you. They're just taking these guns and hanging them out.
Well, I will take one of the AK-47s myself. Okay. At plus, so with a full load plus two reloads.
Okay, so 90 bullets out of the 394.
Yeah.
So it's just think about the guy that we literally gave a heart attack to. Yeah. like a couple of days ago, just being handed a live weapon. It's been like, is this, we're cool, right? We're cool,
after we gave him blood thinners.
Yeah.
Cyrus comes out, he whistles, and he moves his hand over the top of the vehicle and goes, "It still has gas. Good enough for me, mates. Good enough for me. How you doing, you mad cunts?"
Oh, cunt.
All good. All
you
good.
Wouldn't believe it.
I mean, he's looking at Fulston, whose clothes are absolutely stained with arterial blood. I mean, Fulston has gotten some sleep, but he looks like a fucking nightmare. I just have to imagine the number of people that you've killed by forward stabbing. They have to have sprayed like your face and the front of your body with blood, and then it's soaked down. So like your legs completely untouched, like waist down, you look fine, but you know, your hair is basically matted to your head in sticky blood. You got like the fucking Rambo face going on.
I know. I think his legs are probably pretty covered as well, because there were a few leg chops to people, and some people got gutted on the ground.
So only from behind are you completely untouched.
Look, he's a good officer. He will have kept to the grooming standards. It's been by 0600 he would have had a fresh shave, cleaned his hair,
used the machete covered in other man's blood to shave. Yeah.
No. You got to clean your weapon.
I guess it's laundry day.
There can't be a lick of rust on there.
Fortunately, I have a second set of fatigue, so I'm going to go get changed and have a little bit of a clean up while Cassandra finishes resting.
Cyrus is setting up a, I don't want to call it solar still, but some sort of rain catcher for an outdoor shower. It hasn't rained since you've gotten here, I believe, but you have to imagine with an ocean directly next to you, it'll happen at some point. So this maybe isn't the worst idea.
Are we doing the homoerotic shower scene? Is that what we're doing?
With volleyball included?
Yeah.
How far are we from the ocean? Sorry?
Several hundred feet.
Well, in that case, I'll just walk down to the beach and have a wash, and then come out of the surf, all James Bond style.
Yeah, walks down to the beach into the ocean without it at any point getting undressed. Just walks out straight into the ocean. It's just what's he doing? Meeting his demons.
Yeah, that's some nice layer of abrasion. Get rid of the blood.
Yeah, yes, of course, yes.
Getting the sand, just giving it a good scrub.
It's probably worth encouraging them if they think there's rain coming at any point to put out like whatever jars, buckets, because there's no other source of fresh water.
Cyrus gives you a snap and points a finger at you, and then begins putting out all sorts of empty alcohol bottles everywhere. Just so many Bundaberg rum containers that are completely empty.
But
A
not just
little
Cyrus,
sticky on
but
the inside, but
other people in the village too. So
there's only like 8 or 9 people that live here. But yes,
yeah,
they do start doing that to make sure they get as much fresh water as possible. Cyrus is looking over the vehicle. He gets underneath it and just makes groaning noises. Nothing seems to be wrong. It's just it's an old truck and it
he's
hasn't been maintained well.
It
look.
could be
He's used to
better.
buy.
It's a
No, no. He's used to buying used cars, so he
Yes.
automatically goes into the whole. Oh, yeah, there's a problems here. These tires look pretty bald. I
I
have
see
to.
you've met my
I,
uncle.
I
Yes.
have to clean this rust out.
I remember when my uncle bought 4 copies of the same car because his daughter, my cousin, continuously crashed it, and he was just constantly replacing pieces of the car with other copies. Ah, incredible. Well, Cyrus comes out from underneath and he says, "Well, it's good to have a working vehicle now. You came back pretty quick. I'm gonna guess that you probably haven't been to the other side of the island yet. You want to talk about what happened?" But he says it really Australianly,
Yeah.
not like what I'm doing.
Yeah, it's probably eyeballing the vehicle, the RPG, and a whole bunch of guns and being like, yeah, I imagine those weren't just lying around.
Yeah, I had to look something up earlier before we got the show started because I realized I wasn't Britishing enough when they started talking about industrial action, and I was like, "What the hell is industrial action or whatever?" We call it job action here in America, and it's only for union workers. The idea of a general strike would be insane in America. Hold on, I'm channeling my Australianness. You ready? Good day, mates. It's me, Cyrus Bowie. I'm from the east coast of Australia. You
We're
can
all
tell
from the
that I'm
East
not
Coast, you
British
idiot.
because I don't end words with A's with R's instead. Australia.
Yeah, we are. Let's say that we just came across
I mean,
a
he's just like,
BCP.
he's just looking at you and he's just like, come on, man. Mate. Come on, mate. If you don't want to
I'll
tell me,
show
you
him.
don't have to jerk my chain, but
I'll show him. Don't cut the raw prawn. That's it. I'll show him the like the orders they've got. I'll go through because obviously he's supposed to maintain an Intel line because he has like an Intel radio, doesn't he? But it's
he
not working
does.
right now. Yeah, just in case he's able to get through, he can communicate what we've learned.
You know what, James? Why don't you roll a d6? We'll see if he got any messages.
Okay, no worries.
On a 6, you break through the radio jamming.
Nope.
Nope.
So
Here's what I think, he says, looking over these orders. Uh, I can't read Mandarin Chinese.
well, I mean, I'll explain to him.
Yeah. You hand him orders and he's just like, yep, interesting, interesting. There are numbers here. Yes. There's some maps.
No, they've been employed by this real estate agent, Jacques Chow. They
Yeah.
were told to wait here, wait for paratroopers to come in. Supposed to be here 2 days ago. Didn't seem to show up.
I think that you've seen those paratroopers. I think everybody's behind schedule. When you landed, you told me that there were people there looking to secure that beachhead and make a move further south. The people that you killed on the way to my house. And then you went and disabled the ferry to the north. I think everybody's behind schedule and that you've prevented them from hooking up with these guys.
Well, they won't be doing that any longer, regardless of schedule.
I don't know if
But
Mike's muted.
I think the guys we killed on the way to your place were just some random local militia people. They didn't sound like paratroopers or appear like paratroopers, unless
Yeah, but
paratroopers use racing bikes now.
But I think they were there just like these guys were to help secure the area ahead of these paratroopers. I'm
they
guessing
did.
that the invasion of this island does not have a lot of military force behind it. They've thrown a lot of money behind local people to help them out, but I'm guessing we aren't going to see a lot of Chinese troops. And the ones that we will see are going to be pretty highly trained. That's just my thought, though. I'm not some sort of intel genius. I'm just a sergeant. I'm the Australian equivalent of an E4.
All right. How many radios in total did the guys have in
Let's say
the robot?
2 radios.
2. Okay. So is it possible? I know obviously it's currently jammed, but is it possible to tune one of these radios to the frequency that Cyrus is working on?
So the frequency Cyrus is working on is the frequency to the Australian submarine that's nearby. So yes.
Okay, because obviously, probably a handheld radio won't have the range to go to the submarine, but I think that we should establish now at the start of each shift. So so one of the radios will tune to that frequency, and at the start of each shift, we'll just attempt to check in.
You can always try to call Cyrus, and he'll check with them.
Yeah,
just a bunch of sixes.
That's what I mean. We check in with we'll check in with Cyrus at the start of each shift if possible. Like, we will attempt to, and just like.
I mean, Cyrus is just like, I don't know how much longer the power is going to last here. I could drain the fuel from the truck and use it to run a generator. I mean, I could just use the truck as a generator. Maybe we might want to disconnect some things, but
yeah, I mean, obviously,
is me. I know you can use an engine as a generator. I just haven't ever done it before. Like I know from like, yes, you could do this. I just don't know how you do it. Cyrus, however, would.
Yeah, the funny thing is, a generator is just an engine out of a vehicle.
Yes. But you don't want the engine doing all of the engine-y things to get the generator part, right? You wouldn't want the combustion going off, would you?
No, but it needs to be turning over, but you don't want it powering the power steering or the aircon.
Yes, exactly. You don't want everything running.
Yeah.
See, I don't know how to do this part.
Yeah.
I'm not a car mechanic, and I'm not a mechanical engineer.
Yeah. So as long as the clutch is in, the engine's not driving the flywheel, so there's no movement to the wheels.
Oh my god, a clutch!
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. This is
where I reveal the fact that I only drive automatic and I've never learned how to drive manual.
Well, when you're in park, the clutch is engaged and there is no motive force for the wheels. So the only thing the engine is driving is the belts at the front, which drive things like the alternator, the aircon, the power steering, etc.
Just got to disable some of that useless shit.
Yeah.
Why do I feel like some of this conversation is eerily similar to that of what Ferguson was or what William was explaining to Luke, and all I want to know is, how do you do the 6 skids, bro? The 6 skids. I know that shit.
It's all about weight transfer, my friend.
Yeah. So you still run the alternator because you want to run the battery. You want to charge the battery so the battery keeps the electrics of the car going, and you still want to then just hook up the universal timer to the to whatever you're using to generate power.
There it is.
Anyway,
you and Cyrus have that conversation, obviously, and he agrees with everything you say and gets to work. Maybe during that, I mean, he's looking to you as a group to decide whether you want this vehicle to be a vehicle or whether you want it to act as a generator for this small village and thus give them longer radio communication. I mean, not longer, but more, right? Like his personal
think that
not going to last.
I think we want him to use the vehicle and it's what it's got in it, fuel, etc., to whatever what's best to him.
Okay.
Because this vehicle is, once it's out of gas, it's a giant weight.
Yeah.
When you say that, he looks at it. He looks back to you and says, even if it's out of gas, I'd say 500 francs. I know what I've got.
I mean, just to go back a step, it'd be much more efficient to drain the fuel out of the car and put it in the generator than it would be to use the car as a generator.
Sure. I mention he has a generator? Because I don't know that he does.
Well, it should be over Jenny.
He seems like the kind of guy that would have one.
Yeah.
He has guns. Was what my note was, is that he has a small armory and can offer armory services. I don't think he has a generator.
I feel like he does, because you know, this is a country which I'm sure has blackouts.
You know what, Chris? You don't have
I'm
to convince
sure
me.
he has blackouts, and he
I've
needs to always play
constantly allowed you.
ACDC
No,
whilst drinking his Bundaberg rug. All
there's
right?
no need to convince me, Chris. I have repeatedly allowed you to define Cyrus for me.
Yeah.
You seem to be intimately familiar with this character. If you say he has a generator, he does.
Yeah.
I have a generator.
Chris, do you own a Jenny?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, so do I. So 2 out of 3 Australians on this podcast have a Jenny. So obviously 60% of all Australians do.
Yeah, I'm on board with that.
Yeah. Empirical evidence. What can you say?
Oh,
QED.
well, since I own a generator, a kerosene generator as well, 100% of Americans must have a kerosene generator, is what you're saying. Is that right?
So
is this
after you're now experiencing what James's wife does, where it's like, I don't disagree, but I feel like I'm being sold to.
Sample size,
but
n equals 1. How?
But this is not an American podcast, though. This is an Australian podcast.
Oh, you're right. You know what?
Yeah.
This is an Australian podcast using Australian language.
With Australian statistics.
Australian statistics? Are they somehow different than other statistics?
Yeah, they contain more cunt.
Jesus Christ. Like, I feel like I have to leave that in, despite the fact it could be interpreted in several ways. I don't want to, but I have to. Unbelievable. Fucking unbelievable. All right.
Quick question.
Yeah, sure. Whatever you want.
Diesel or petrol, this engine?
Let's say whatever a 77 Toyota Hilux would have.
Leaded petrol.
Cyrus drains all that beautiful leaded petrol out. Just, he has to do the siphon thing where he gets it in his mouth first. And he goes, you can just taste the lead in it. It's...
He can just
they don't
don't
make this petrol like they used to, that's for sure. Lead, what a wonderful filler. You can just get so much of it for so cheap. And it's crazy because no one ever wants it. It is approaching midday. What would you like to do here? Is this your 3rd day on this island?
Do the exact same thing we did 24 hours ago and leave on our quest.
On your way south?
Yeah.
We gather our supplies to make up for stuff that we may have used and then head on out.
Heft that backpack back on again, lean forward into the hill, let the hill do the work. Like, I don't mind walking. I just hate that I'm doing the same shit.
Okay. Are you bringing any guns with you? And if so, I will need a recon roll to go around the edge of Yenye once again.
All right. Well, I can do the recon roll because I get the bonus for infiltrator, and we get the bonus for fatigues. So I think that would take me to a D12, which I think is better than your recon, right, Mike?
Same as my recon if we've got fatigues. So I'll let you roll because then I'm not rolling dice.
Okay.
We've seen how me rolling dice ends up.
So you're all marching, and James is acting as the lookout or the watch. Yeah. Okay. Just getting it in game terms. In game terms.
And I've taken an AK. So
yes, you mentioned that, and 60 rounds of additional. Well, that's 4 successes. What can you do?
We forget we're there.
Absolutely sneak right around them, no problem, and there will be no surprises for you on this march. Your head is on a swivel. Now
we've learned from our recent endeavors.
How far do you march in one turn? You march 2 hexes. So you're on road 95% of this. So I'm just going to count you as being on road. You basically get back to where you were previously at about 6 p.m. You arrive right back at the site of the battle where I believe you dragged the bodies into the water.
Yeah. I'll just off the road in any case.
Off the road? Yeah, you You arrive back to the road, which is still somewhat barricaded, and blood is everywhere. I mean, it's soaked into the ground for sure. The weather does not look great. I mean, you're starting to see a offshore like storm forming, but it's not clear whether it's going to blow in here or not.
Okay, let's put on the rain gear in preparation.
If you'd like to, you can attempt to push yourself 2 more hexes next turn.
Because we've only had like one shift of travel, so because I mean, well, you guys have been away for 2 shifts. I've been away for only 1 shift.
I think
Yep.
we should push ourselves a bit.
Okay. As you are making your way further south, you arrive outside the small town of Hedginamwa. And in the process of that, you find that I draw a card.
So like all other military forces on this island where HR is slipping. We're all 24 hours behind where we're supposed to be.
That is how things tend to work. Let's roll and see what we got here. You see that there is one guard outside of Hedginamwa. There's one guard outside Hedginamwa. He is oblivious to your approach as you are arriving sometime at midnight. Now, you've passed a couple of different pieces of civilization on your way in here, including an airport and a working petrol station. Sorry, a non-working petrol station that looks like it's like all of the ones you've seen so far have been looted. That's it. That said, Hedginamwa is the first place that you have gone to where a working civilian guard who is not a bandit appears to have stopped you. You spot him long before he spots you.
So my initial thought is that I will disarm an approach, and similar to what we did with the previous town.
Yep.
Yeah, that'll we try and sneak up and take his weapon, but I think that I'd rather go for the soft approach this time, and you guys just watch from nearby.
Yeah, I like the sound of that. Let's do that.
Lining up the sniper rifle.
Yeah. So I will doff my gear and weapons AP and start to make my way down there, and like I will do so like obvious, like so that my approach is obvious. Probably even hands up as I approach.
Okay.
Yeah.
He spots you and he raises his rifle, not in line with you, like near enough to you, you know that there's a rifle pointed in your general direction. He says, "Stop! Allons-y! Stop!
I'll stop.
Do you understand me?
Yes.
You're not with the bandits?
No, we're not. I'm not, sorry, I'm not.
How did you get down the road?
The bandits are all dead.
Oh, well, that makes my life a lot easier. We were really worried. You see, we were being attacked by a huge number of bandits who were going to return in a few days. We were really hoping someone would save us, but if they're all dead already, I guess it is a celebration. I'm not sure I can trust you completely at your word, but you seem okay. You can approach closer here."
All right, I'll go closer.
Okay, as he like sets his rifle to the side, keeps it in a sort of patrol position. He says, "Do you need a American cigarette? I only smoke menthol Marlboro Lights." He pulls one out and starts smoking.
Never say no.
All right, so is he on his own, by the way?
He is the only person here on the north side of town.
Okay.
Are you asking him that?
No, I'm just looking like there's no one else where he takes me to. Okay.
He doesn't even take you like anywhere at all. Like you approach him on the road and he's just like talking to you on the asphalt.
All right. So I'm with an independent group that is trying to help here to keep order and prevent a invasion of of this country from foreign forces.
Oh, a mercenary.
No,
No?
private military contractor.
A private military Yes, yes, yes. There is someone in town who would probably like to speak to you.
Would that be a state agent by the name of Jacques Chow?
What?
No?
Chuck Chow, state agent? You mean a real estate agent? Oh, no, no, not at all.
Okay. I have some friends with me. They have not come down here yet. We were the ones that took out the bandit roadblock just north of here. I assume well, we may assume that they're the bandits that were harassing you, but let's just be on the lookout just in case.
I'll tell you what. You go get your friends. I'll wait here. I'll bring you back. I'll see who I can wrangle up tonight. You stay the night with my aunt, and tomorrow morning I will introduce you to Mr. Kakapo.
Okay.
Tomorrow, you will take me to where the bandits are dead so that we can confirm it.
All right.
Okay. I will wait here. You come back with your friends. We'll get everything arranged.
All right. We are armed, by the way, but we're not here to cause.
This guy gestures with his rifle and says, anyone who is wise should have a firearm in these times.
All right. So I'll be back with 2 friends.
Okay. 2 friends.
Yeah. All right.
Can I just point out how much of a Chad this dude is? Because he knows that there's a bunch of baddies coming, and he's here by himself, smoking Marlboro's lights, leaning against a road.
He wasn't smoking until he knew he was safe, but yeah.
I could take him. Like, does he have a car or like he's
no? His plan wasn't to take them. He's literally was going to ask you for help, but you already killed them.
I'm still thinking of him as a Chad that was just going to solo run this adventure.
Surrender immediately and turn over all of their valuables.
Hey, he's only French speaking. He's not actually French.
Wait.
No, actually, he's French. No, he's
who are
French
you to decide this guy isn't French? He's French. The island is part of the French mainland,
That's true.
according to France.
Okay. All right. Okay. So he's gently disposed towards surrender.
Oh, sorry. I should say. Jesus.
Yeah. You missed the sub joke in that joke, Arthur.
Unbelievable. Oh, I didn't miss it. It's just worse.
That's right. None of your listeners are from Europe so far that I can see. So
you wait till the YouTube comments come.
You know that we have listeners from like the Netherlands and such, and
they will also find it funny.
The Low Countries.
The only people who will not find this funny are the French.
Yeah. So this is the point that viewers find
and
out.
And they will only watch this podcast if it's presented in French.
Yeah. All right. Listen, Guam, I know you're here for me. I'm here for you. I'll never let these 3 come for you. All right.
So I tell you, we have one European respondent. So if they're French, then they might be offended, and we might have one less European listener.
We'll have wiped out that demographic.
Thanks, guys. I'm so glad you targeted an entire nationality to smear them.
Just to be fair, I didn't start it.
Yeah, they did that themselves.
Wow. You know, this is the problem with people from the Commonwealth beefing with people from France. You could be at it for like 100 years.
Sure. All right, so I'll get the others. I'll get my gear and we'll come down, I think.
Yep.
Oh, what's his name? I'll ask him. If I haven't asked him already, I'll ask him what his name is.
You didn't ask him his name.
His name
is now
myself.
is absolutely Chaz. 100%.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, they just called me Chad. I mean, my name is Chaz.
Chaz.
I'm Cassandra. This is Luke, William.
Okay. Well, Cassandra, Luke, William, let's get you down to my aunt's house. We'll get you a place to stay for the night. There is someone in town who is looking for handy individuals like you who have guns. We were going to tell this man that he should leave soon, but if these people are really dead, and we'll find that out tomorrow morning, then maybe you can help him out. He's from New Zealand. He's a Kiwi, you see.
Okay.
Is there anything you want to do now? Because it's only been two shifts since you had food and water. You technically don't need to again for another 2 more shifts.
But
you won't get special. You won't
We
get
are
the
not
healing.
missing out on special ant food.
Okay, so yeah, will the art feed us? Yeah, it's like,
Yes, she
Yeah.
will. Yes.
Okay.
Well, then perhaps we can provide a ration's worth of domestic food as an offering
Okay, good.
to
Because
replenish
the
her
food
larder.
you're getting is like Vienna sausages and spam, canned beans.
Look. I never question what an islander can do with spam. Okay, it somehow they turn
That
it
is
into
true.
fine dining.
Musubi.
And I'm here for
Yeah,
it.
that's true. That is true.
All right, so I've marked off a ration of domestic food that will contribute to the. Everybody brings a plate.
It's like some sort of spam bow, and I'm like, this shit is amazing. There's that anime scene of people like, "Rah, rah, 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 rah." So good.
You watch too much anime.
Hello, pot. This is Kettle.
How much anime you think I watch nowadays, James?
More than I do.
Have you watched any anime in the last 3 months?
Okay, I'll say I watched Terminator Zero, which is technically anime. Yeah.
Got him, motherfucker! He watches more anime than I do now. Got him! I got him
For-
instantly. He doesn't know I canceled my subscription to everything. He does know that. He just forgot about it. Because I've been bragging about how I canceled my subscription to everything.
How much anime have you watched in the last 5 years?
All right, I will win there easily, but I can't defeat. I can't defeat the Australian Prince of Anime, Henley. He insisted I call him the Prince of Anime. So you have a super salty meal of secondary materials.
Good. We've been doing lots of walking. Replenish those salts.
Oh yes, you need your electrolytes, of course, of course.
That or Gatorade.
That's true. In this time period, in the year 1999, Gatorade is going to be the primary drink of choice. They won't have Powerade or Red Bull or Monster or 16 different similar flavors of Gatorade, Gatorade Zero. They're just going to have the original yellow greenish Gatorade.
Yeah. And somehow in this version of the show, the label's always is it always facing out or in towards the camera?
Yeah, we
Are
probably
we
shouldn't be
sponsored by
using.
Gatorade, or are
Yeah, we
just
definitely
hiding it?
shouldn't be using the copyright, trademark, licensed name of the drink over and over again. So maybe we'll call it something similar, like Florida State Juice is what it's called. Yum, delicious Florida State Juice, packed with all the electrolytes you need.
I can't remember
Orange
what
is my
but
favorite.
it was in the news recently that some nation, I can't remember where it was, refused to issue somebody a passport because their middle name was Skywalker and the nation didn't want to get on the wrong side of Disney's legal team.
Incredible.
No.
then-
It was they wanted to go to Puerto Rico, and the English passport office wouldn't submit a passport without authorization, without a letter of permission from Disney because the name is copyrighted.
Incredible. In the morning, there's a question as to whether or not you would like to meet with Mr. Kakapo.
I think we should.
Yeah, we'll meet him. He might ask us to do something we were going to do anyway. Plus, he's a Kiwi.
He is a Kiwi.
Love our flightless birds.
I mean, a kakapo is a New Zealand endangered parrot. Just to be clear, I don't
We
think
just love birds then.
I don't think it's flightless. So you go to meet with Kakapo. This is a short man of New Zealand, like Aucklandish heritage. He dresses like John Locke from season 1 of Lost. You know, he's got like a cargo vest, cargo pants, a gigantic fucking Bowie knife that looks like maybe it's the cousin of Major Will or sorry, yeah, Major Williams's. It definitely doesn't look like this thing spends all its time in the sheath, if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean, I don't know what I mean. It looks like it's been used.
William knows what you mean.
William knows.
I know
yeah.
what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah. It gets brought out and used on things where, like, pretty sure a pocket knife would have done that. I think there's things called razors. You
No,
don't
that's
need to
not
use
what
that.
I'm implying about this particular weapon. He's got one foot up on a chair and is at a table in a sort of like tropical bar area. Everything's made out of like tiki torches and like really light breezy material. It has everything the feeling of a tourist trap. And he's regaling tales of like military intelligence work to all of the gathered like civilians and people here. He sees the three of you and says, "Excuse me," but he says it very New Zealandish. So we've
Yeah.
already seen what my
Just
Australian
do
accent.
just do your Australian in a more Canadian way. That
Okay.
should be
All
fine.
right. Got it. All right. Here we go. We ready? Excuse me, everyone. I gotta go see to my dick.
I'll see you out in the dick.
The dick.
Sorry, you
from the
described
chili
it as
bin.
being, what was it? Auckland-ish area. So either he looks exactly like us, Europeans that invaded the country,
Yeah.
or he looks like a Maori.
No, he
So-
looks like a European that invaded the area.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Yeah. He comes over, looks over at the three of you. Doesn't seem like he's overly impressed, but not very dismissive. And he holds out a hand and says, "My name's Chad."
Your name's
Chad.
Chad as well.
No, the other one was Chaz.
His name was
Ah,
Chaz. Chaz.
Yeah,
Yes, Chaz.
yeah, this is Chad. It's a Chad Kokopo.
No, Kokopo's my call sign.
Okay.
And it's
Uh,
Kakapo. Kaka, like poop.
Thank you. Cassandra Liew. And this is William Fulston and Luke William. Confusing, I know.
Sorry, can I just say that multiple times in this entire show, you've got Cassandra, Luke, and William, and I kept going and thinking he was saying my full name. It was weird. I'm like, yeah, it's Virgo over here. No, William. It's like, yeah.
He leans in towards you and says, "Cassandra, Luke, William, I've been telling these people I'm with New Zealand military intelligence," but he pulls out like not a set of dog tags, but like a bounty hunting license issued by New Zealand. He says, "I'm actually a bounty hunter. I'm looking for a man here. He's a French national who was involved in a very serious crime in my country. Normally, I don't think I'd be able to black bag him and get him back, you know, if the phones were working, but this might be the perfect opportunity to get this guy. And I got to tell you, this is a slippery character. He's a trained intelligence officer, underwater diver. Is a real problem. But if you help me out, you seem like you're going places. I'll make sure the three of you get hooked up with horses. That's the best type of transportation you can find at a time like this. They provide their own fuel if you just give them a little while."
What's doing in the country?
Supposed to be in prison, but after he got shipped back to France for an operation, he decided to skip out on his imprisonment and has just been living in France for years now. France has been paying New Zealand to look the other way for his disappearance, but some of the people who were threatened by this man are very upset about it.
This is definitely the Rainbow Warrior.
It's Rainbow Warrior, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I told you guys we were going to do a Rainbow Warrior thing. It's a Rainbow Warrior.
Yeah.
He's former DGSE. He was involved in sinking the Rainbow Warrior. When he says that, it's like an American going, the Alamo. It's like the Rainbow Warrior. It's an act of state terror. A French attack on a New Zealand citizens and on guests of our country. And I'm bringing this guy back to New Zealand one way or the other. But I could use some help. And if you scratch my back, I'll let you scratch some horses' backs.
Do you have any intel on where he might be?
Yeah,
You're
I've got
in
a
the
ton of intel right here. And he rolls out a map, and as that rollout happens, that's the end of the episode. Now, I'm saying this now before we cut away. Our next episode will have a guest.
That's one important thing we missed earlier, by the way.
Okay.
What weapon did Chaz have?
Oh, yes, of course, of course. What's an appropriate hunting? Let's just say he has some form of Winchester hunting rifle.
Okay, no worries. I'll pick something. Give me a caliber.
30. 30 odd 6.
The Winchester 70.
Okay.
Winchester Model 70. How's that?
Sounds good.
But there's so many options. Is it the jungle? It's a short stock.
And the good news is, Chris, that 30-06 is one of the hundreds of calibers that you can get a Winchester Model 70 in.
Oh, I guarantee you can.
I mean, I would assume it's 3006.
I mean,
Right.
yeah,
Yes.
you can pretty much anything Winchester or Remington you can put into. Well, obviously you got to have the right breech for it, but yeah, that you can everything from a 22 up pretty much can go into that rifle.
Now these horses,
Yep.
I imagine they're not stallions. Like I'm surprised it's even a horse. I had assumed it'd be more like a donkey or a mule.
Well, I don't know if you've ever looked at a map of Hejinamwa, but in fact, they have a massive horseback riding service in town.
Oh, wow.
That's
All right.
canon, and it's been there for many years. Family owned, I believe. It's called Ostian Waka.
Nice. So what they are is super placid, bomb-proof horses that do day rides, which
Yeah.
is exactly what we're looking for as somebody who has zero driving experience.
Look, I would not penalize a guy who literally told me that he was a animal veterinarian. Okay?
Yeah.
If you want to say you know how to ride a horse, I'm not gonna be like, great, roll riding every time you jump on that
Well,
motherfucker.
I think that horse riding goes off mobility, doesn't it?
I don't know.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I think we're actually pretty good with horses.
Great.
Now, is there anything else we want to say before we go to the secret Patreon talk where we talk about, that one thing and then the other thing that we can't talk about?
Probably by the time this show is done, the survey will be over. But if just in case,
long time before.
if you didn't complete the survey, then I guess contact Arthur directly and tell him all about you and what you like. So that your
Thanks
voice
so
counts.
much. That really reminds me of those times where I used to tell people to email pontothemad@gmail.com if they wanted to complain to my manager.
I can't confirm by the way that horses use mobility.
Perfect. You know what else I use? Hey.
Hey.